I love creating the podcast. If you have enjoyed the episodes in any way, the best way to support me is my subscription link. For as little as $3 a month, you can help support the time and production cost included in producing the podcast. Welcome to the Essence of Life podcast. My name is Barbara Ann Briggs, and I'm a poet, a podcaster, the host of a YouTube channel, and the author of 3 books. My book, Pilgrimage on the Path of Love, has been described as a portal to an artfully detailed world of love, beauty, and awareness. Pilgrimage on the Path of Love has also been described as one of those rare novels that manages to combine great storytelling with genuine and profound spiritual experiences. The essence of the book is about the search for the truth of life and for supreme love, both human and divine. My second book is called The Contribution of Maharishi's Vedic Science to Complete Fulfillment in Life. This book has over 100 quotations by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi and 16 chapters which go very deeply into the essence of the Vedic knowledge uncovered by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. My third book is called Guide to Good Health, 7 Simple Health Hacks. All these books are available on Amazon. The Essence of Life podcast is devoted to uncovering the very essence of life. The essence of life is hidden in the silent source of life itself. In this podcast, we will explore the question of the absence of enduring happiness as a common experience. The questioner asks Maharishi, and Maharishi gives the answer to this question. If absolute bliss consciousness is universal and omnipresent, how can it be that we do not feel it? And the answer Maharishi gives is, even if we manage to accept the fact of the omnipresence of bliss consciousness intellectually, a predominance of dullness, apathy, and even misery in others, even if not in ourselves, is what strikes us in the course of our daily life. So, what is the truth of the matter? The truth is this. Given that absolute bliss consciousness is the basic reality and constituent of all life, then any experience of ours which is miserable or in any degree akin to misery is the experience of non-reality. We are not living in the knowledge and appreciation of the bliss consciousness, which is characteristic of our fundamental being. Something has gone wrong with the machinery which controls our ability to experience. There are 2 states of ultimate reality. These are the unmanifested and the manifested states. The unmanifested state is Anuraniyan, the atom of atoms, or the minute of the minutiae. In this unmanifested state, the essential characteristic of it is absolute bliss consciousness. But in its manifested state, absolute bliss consciousness remains latent while other properties appear as part of the manifestation. In the same way, water's property of fluidity becomes latent when the water is transformed into ice. Water in its essential nature is fluid and transparent, but when it is changed to ice, it is solid and cloudy. The solidity and opalescence of ice are in fact contrary and opposite to the fluidity and transparency of water. Changed characteristics differ from the original according to the intensity of the change. Vapor, cloud, mist, snow, and ice are the several states of water. Water itself is liquid, but its metamorphosis can vary from the solid to the gaseous. This helps to explain this existence of misery in the midst of the omnipresence of bliss. When the unmanifested becomes manifested, its characteristics of Sat Chit Ananda, of absolute bliss consciousness, remain latent and give way to characteristics which are the opposite of Sat Chit Ananda. In this way, the never-changing absolute existence and absolute bliss characteristic of the unmanifested being becomes the ever-changing relative existence and relative joy of the manifested universe. Our organ of experience, the mind, experiences through the senses. Our machinery of experience is able to experience only the gross aspect of the ultimate reality and fails to experience the subtle aspects of its essential nature. We know that the senses have their strict limitations. When a plant is big, our naked eyes can see it. But when the plant becomes very minute, we cannot see it, and we need a microscope. In the same way, our ears can hear the loud, but not the softest sounds, and our noses can detect the gross odor, but not the subtle one. Because our senses are limited to the registration of natural phenomena in their grosser aspects, this does not mean that subtler aspects do not exist. Furthermore, not only are our senses limited to gross appreciation, but they are constantly busy with that gross appreciation. The subtler aspects of nature are as if screened because the machinery of perception has itself become gross through long established gross usage. The scientist has now learned to extend the range of his senses by the use of instruments like the microscope and telescope. With these, his range of perception is vastly increased, and he is able to examine far subtler fields of creation. But however great the increase, there are still subtleties which lie beyond the range of his perception, beyond the range even of the electron microscope and the radio telescope. The subtler fields of nature are beyond our present capacity for experience. Our lives are spent in the cognition of the gross aspects of creation. The glory of the subtle aspects eludes us because we have not the habit or ability to perceive them. Since greater power and greater beauty are to be found in the subtler fields of creation, we should derive great enjoyment and benefit from the perception of these fields if only we could achieve it. The power of a stone hurled at a man is limited, but the power of the atoms of the stone, if it were to be liberated, is almost limitlessly vast. This is an example of how greater power, and therefore greater glory, lies in the subtle fields of nature. The subtle aspects of nature of all creation are also infinitely more beautiful, more fascinating, more charming than the gross aspects can ever be. But while we confine ourselves to experiencing only the gross aspects through the senses, we are limiting our joys of life. So this is why we don't experience that ultimate beauty of life, because the senses are so involved with the grosser levels of perception, and that's become our habit. And because of that, the subtler fields of perception are not able to be perceived until we refine our senses and refine our ability to perceive. So this is what I wanted to discuss with you today. And if you'd like to learn more about my work, I'd like to invite you to my YouTube channel, Living Wisdom, Barbara Briggs. And there's also my website, barbaraannbriggs.com, where you can learn about my books, my three published books, and there are also some free books to download. And you can also learn more about my blogs and the different aspects of YouTube channel, which has many interviews and many different subjects which we cover in our videos. So it's been a great pleasure speaking to you today. And until we meet again, I look forward to our next meeting, and I wish you all the best until we meet again.